Hey folks, we're gonna go through our action items and see what we can get done today. Shouldn't be too bad. I went on an enormous walk today, so I'm actually very tired. But I think we can take care of some of these things and just go from there really. First things first, shrink the project so that it's not so alarming when you see all the different folders and stuff. And now that we've done that, we know that the next step is going to be hiding the cats when we send them on adventures, which would be... We can do that through the Moosecat data because we have access to their game objects from there, now that I think about it. And I think that might be the cleanest way to do this, so when an adventure is started, what we should do is I suppose we really should be going through and having a some kind of class that just handles this, perhaps. Or at the very least making a script that we can put on this. That'll also do it. Well, I suppose for now we'll just put it in here and we'll think about it. So what we want to do is for each Moosecat datum in Moosecat data. Is that actually here? It's not. Only selected Moosecat is. So we actually don't want to do it here. So I think that answers our question. We'll just make a new class. Moosecat departer, I think. Yeah. Because it sounds a little bit dark, but there's nothing actually about that term that necessarily means something bad has happened. But, you know, yeah. So that would happen. I suspect we'd want to put that under adventures still, or under Moosecats, because it's involving them. And so we'll create the class, and it's pretty simple, I think. And we'll add the game event listener. And the event that it's going to be listening for is the on adventure started. So on adventure started, we're going to have it do something in this class, but what, we don't know quite yet. We do know what data we need though. So we need Moosecat data. One of our most familiar and powerful classes, public void send Moosecats on adventure. Moosecat, yeah, okay. This function will hide Moosecats who are on adventures. At a later date, this will trigger a walking animation for them, telling them to leave the map. And so what we're going to do is for each Moosecat datum in Moosecat data, or data, if you're nasty, we'll check first if Moosecat datum.adventure does not equal null. Then we will say if Moosecat datum.moosecat.active gameObject.active self. So basically, is it on an adventure? In fact, we can just skip over the Moosecats that aren't on adventures. Is this Moosecat not on an adventure? And then, is it currently visible? And if it is currently visible, and this check would change later. Later we would have some sort of boolean that says whether or not the cat has left the scene. So, but for now, we'll just do this. Game object. Oh, maybe we should... No, we can have a separate one. I was thinking a Moosecat transporter class could send them on adventure and return them from the adventure, which maybe we will do. Public void return Moosecats from adventure. So in this case, we actually want to know the current selected adventure. Private adventure datum, selected adventure, serialize that. Order. And the class name changed, which is good. Should change here. We should see an update of the two fields. Yes, we did. Ensure variable. And then we can set these two. Perfect. And we can set this event. And we're also going to add a second one, which is going to be the on adventure complete submitted, I believe, is what we want. Obviously, we should go through and fix the names of stuff like that at a later date, but for now, it works. So from here, we're saying if... Well, first things first, we need to do another for loop. If Moosecat datum.adventure equals null, again, you can just continue. Otherwise, if Moosecat datum.adventure equals the selected adventure, we're going to take that Moosecat and we're going to set their visibility back to true. And this will simulate them leaving and coming back from adventures. Now, obviously, this is not going to cover the I/O loading, I don't believe, but we'll find out in a moment. Oh, it did. Ha! That's the power of going through all the same function calls. You accidentally make things work. Okay, so it did... but selected adventure was probably null at that point. So we'll go back and look. And the event... okay, so we don't actually have an event for when adventure is reset. So what happens is the function call happens. If we go and look at the list of them, the transporter The transporter is actually being called before the oh no, but we do work bottom to top for no particular reason. We're gonna actually change that. Not that it matters. At least there's no because we never want to have race conditions, it doesn't matter. So we're gonna actually do some changes here. Nothing super special. So that does make it work, but it shouldn't be necessary. So we're going to want to fix that. So on adventure, complete submitted. And we can make we'll just make it a straight up clear one. Adventure on Moosecat's return from adventure. And we'll go to our completer, add a game event on Moosecat's return from adventure. And we'll fire it here. I just noticed also that this is getting set to null, so even... Yeah. It's a long story. My brain's not all here, like I said. I'm kind of tired. So we'll go with this. And we'll add that. Then we'll go up to the transporter, change the quest or the event that it's looking for. And now I think it should work. Still didn't. And I believe that is because... Actually, I'm not entirely sure, if I'm being honest. So we'll go over to the transporter. And we'll do a bit of debugging. Come on, friend, you can do it. That's always scary. Let's save the scene. Okay, so these we can get rid of because they definitely work. Don't care about that breakpoint anymore. So before we submit, we see this debug adventure. That is correct. Its status is ready to complete. That is also correct. So we'll complete it, check our breakpoints. Oh, whoops. It's because... Yeah, we forgot to do... dot value. Oopsie doopsie. Dot value dot adventure? Yeah. Okay. See, that's the good thing, you know, you start doing a bit of debugging and you find the connective tissue, the thing that is wrong. And there you go. Now they're back. And if we go back in and send, let's say the top 2 on an adventure. You see they're gone. And we could actually also send our last one on an adventure. And then if we close and complete, they return. And if we complete the... Whoa! Ah, okay. I hit some kind of race condition. Oh, am I not clearing this? Doesn't look like I am. Okay, well, that's another bug that we've cleared out. It's all part of that system that we gotta go back and do better in the future. Alright, so we've got all our Moosecats out on an adventure. We're just giving it a moment to finish this one. And we go in and we see this returns these 2, and this one returns... Oh! Didn't return a kitty cat. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, fascinating. Ah, so we need to make a note of this. This is a bug we'll want to fix at some point. Adventure book doesn't take you to adventure completed window when you click on an adventure in the adventure list if that adventure is completed or in progress. So what we should probably do is make all of those subset windows part of a single thing and then have it iterate through them depending on the status. Okay. That's fine. So that brings back that one. Ah. Getting into an interesting little pickly pair. So why would that not find it if it says it is selecting the correct thing? Venture data. I mean, it's still there. So both of them break. Interesting. Debug adventure. Okay, it's debug adventure. yet it's null. Well, why would it work the first time? That's a good question. Is it because... No. Well... Well, let's do a for each. Equals adventure GUI adventure down. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain fart here. So that should debug out correctly. Interesting, and this is empty. Oh, fascinating. Okay, it's not super weird. So that takes care of that. Okay, so that one's fine. So that looks fine. Okay, so that's still okay. Cats are back. That's fine. So cat did not return. So that's one of our problems. And then I assume when I click on this, we'll get an error. We did not. Didn't hear either. So now we need to look at the transporter on the return. So what do we know about our kitty cats? When it's completed... Ah! We're unassigning all of the cats. Yes. So we need to unassign only the cats who are on this specific adventure. That'll do it. All right. So now, when we try it again, it should work. So that's what it was. We were unassigning all three of them. So then the last one would not come back because they would no longer be on an adventure. So now we'll go in here, we can complete, returns these two. We can watch this fill up. And now it's back. Okay. So we've now finished that. Cool. It also means we could probably go in and remove this for loop again. Because now it's working again. So maybe I saved something while it was running. It's possible. So we can go over to our action items. And oh, I had caps lock on. There we go. Our first action item is finished. So what is our next action item? Ah, make eggs. I had considered doing that earlier when I got hungry, but... So eggs obviously would be a type of item. It would be an item that would have Moosecat data inside of it. So we can think about this. Close adventures, go into items, create a folder for eggs. As we know, this bit of information, this type, is not actually helping us right now. So I will eventually go into the item catalog and improve that system. I think. Really, I guess I don't need to, because type does apply to the super type, or the subtype rather, which is the specific item by enum, so that it's easier to find. Yeah. Anywho, with that in mind, we've got the good old egg. So we can go into the folder for eggs and create egg. I'm tempted to call it Moosecat egg for now. Do I need to? Probably. Reason for that is we might have a consumable item at some point called egg, like for baking or something. So what information does a Moosecat egg need? It needs a public. Let's go into our Moosecats, make sure that it is... I suspect it'd be the breeds. Moosecat breed. So each egg needs a breed associated with it. I don't know if we need to private set these things. Because maybe we'll just have... For the breed itself, yeah. That's fine. And then... What other information would we need? The count would always be 1, but that's handled elsewhere. Is this basically everything? Because the incubator class would be the one that'll handle hatching, and then we would have an incubator UI. We would need to hatch them. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So we come back. Whoop. This is a scriptable object, so now we need to... Moosecat egg. Right. Items, Moosecat egg, alpha egg. We immediately see that this is a class for the breeds. I'm actually a little surprised about that. Oh no, it's not. So the type and the art are totally different. And we don't have an egg image yet, but we can find something to stand in for now. Little round button should work. Could be one of the first things I draw as a basic egg shape. And the alpha breed, because this is our alpha egg. Again, we don't have art saved yet for the breeds, which we probably should do. Maybe that'll be an action item for the next stream. I'm not sure. We'll see. We're just kind of working through. In fact, let's go look at our list. Action item. Yeah, I guess technically the two different Moosecats. Yeah, so we'll do this egg first and incubation stuff. Then we'll go back and take care of the thing. So create empty incubator. Give that an old resetty. Incubator. And the incubator will go into it's a great question. Does that need to be a new folder? Like utility items or something like that? Mansion. Well, yeah, I guess mansion works. Well, no, because that's just that's like the rooms and stuff, but the incubator room will be something that exists at some point. So sure. I'll get rid of that empty folder for now. These are different rooms. So let's create a folder right now for now called utilities, and this will be all the utility classes that the rooms can tap into. That seems fine to me. So the incubator will do exactly what it says on the tin. It will incubate the eggs, which means that it actually needs to be moved up to the initialization window around here. And in some ways, we kind of need to go through and adjust this class to be universal. But we'll make the incubator for tonight, and then I will mull over making progress updater something a bit more universal. I'm almost wondering if eggs are something that need to have a data structure for. How many eggs are people going to have, he says. Or wonders, I suppose. We've also got item data, so you could iterate through and find all of the eggs. It's a great question, you know? You start thinking about these things and you wonder how you want to handle it. So we'll go from here. Void update. The egg actually needs to know one more thing about itself, or a few more things actually. Oh yeah, so we would want in the actual item data section we would want to make another kind of item datum, which is well, okay, let's think about this real quick. So one of the rules when you're doing, or not, I should say rules, but one of the pieces of advice that is given when you're engineering things is if two things are sufficiently different, they should be their own classes. But the question becomes, are eggs sufficiently different from items? I suppose they are. I would presume you would still, well, you probably wouldn't see them in your inventory. You'd probably see them on an eggs tab. That seems fair. Similar to how the Moosecats themselves are their own data structure. Because right now, for items, we're just tracking their name and their count. But we could conceivably also want to track for some that have like a gestation period or a progress. What are thesaurus words for like incubated? Because Because my thought is produce, nurture, nurtured items? Like baking and stuff. If you were baking and you wanted to go through and check all those items. Bearing, devising, making, spawning, producing, inventing, projecting. Growing items, perhaps? Progressive items? Sure, let's go with maybe progressive item. And then yeah, I do think as an optimization I will make a database just for the eggs. But no arguments good require the founder. What? Alright. Private, private float progress equals 0. Public float progress get return progress. Private set progress equals value. And we'll serialize this for our own sanity. Public void update progress value, whoops, float. What did I call it before? Just delta? Delta time. Progress plus equals delta time. And so then, if we go back and so item datum is just a class, so there's no actual way for this to know which one I'm using. So maybe, yeah. Maybe it is just eggs by themselves. Okay, we'll just do that real quick and maybe that'll be the concluding factor for the night. We'll see. So we've got Moosecat egg data. Moosecat egg datum. We'll open both. close everything. Oh. Close all tabs and we'll do it again. And then we'll open up this one so that we can see what we need to do. And so we need to go make a variable. Save that. Data SO container. And the two things that we're grabbing are Moosecat egg datum and Moosecat egg datum variable. And now obviously we need to make this still. And I said before that I would go through and fix these, but I am clearly lying to myself. And you know that happens sometimes. You just get further and further into it and you have that whole sunk cost kind of thing. I wouldn't say that's fine, but it happens. Grab this and do that. Throw in the word egg. Put that here and here. That goes like that. And then we come over to the reference. And we throw the word egg in here. Save both of those. Come back to here. Now this is done, other than adding in our initialization stuff. Dot set value. Okay, and then for initialization, we are normally just doing data.clear. Right, okay. Since everyone's just doing that, am I able to just set this as virtual? So that one's doing it this way. And get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Whoops. Get rid of that one. Wait a minute. Should be T2, shouldn't it? No. Well, I'm very confused about that. So this is a list of them. This is the selected one. Ah, and the reason we can't set it is because... Yes, okay. That's why that's like that. So I guess if we assumed that T1 was of type reference? Which I don't think we can do, because that reference needs some subtype stuff. But if we fix it later, maybe we can. Who knows? Anyways, back to this. So that one's like that. And then the rest of these references are all fine, I believe. Okay. So we go back to our egg data. So we'll also need an egg catalog in order to find the stuff. Also, while we're at it, I believe we established that protected works. Those are fine. Let's see, does that throw any errors? Nothing super important. I know, Artemis, I know. She's upset with me for changing access modifiers. Oh. Hi. Come up to bless the microphone? You wanna come sit here? Or do I need to sit upright for you to do it? Hmm? Yeah. In you go. Eh. She'll keep me warm. So maybe we do want it to be public. Yeah, that's fine. You make changes sometimes, then you change your mind. Conveniently, it's quick to do, quick to fix. Like it never happened. All right. Ooh, my leg is falling asleep. Not a fan. I'm a big fan of you, Artemis, but not a fan of my leg falling asleep. What a precious little thing. I don't know how any particular critter could be so cute. Okay, so now we got our Moosecat egg data. I don't know if we're gonna actually have a selected single egg, but the value will be there in case we need it. So obviously we also need an egg catalog. Ah! Moosecat egg. 'Cause that's just a class, right? Yeah. Moosecat egg dot type. Oh, that's not very useful. 'Cause that's the, and that's where my problem was before. Okay, so we'll need to think about that tomorrow. Think about improving our catalog system. Return null, please. So when we go look into catalog, we see that T2 determines the get modifier. Oh, okay. Then we don't really need to improve catalog at all. We just need to check. Is this one that's got breed in it? Where did I put breed? Certainly not in here. There's gosh darn nothing. Excuse my Portuguese. So Moosecat egg has a Moosecat breed in it. Get products dot okay, it's just a list. Products dot find egg where egg dot breed equals key. Return that. So we actually want to go into the catalog and not limit this either. And in doing so, that lets us with the item catalog it allows us to change how we're finding. Oh, I see why we're using enums. That would definitely not work forever. Okay. Well, let's go back and look at our items. Let's see what stuff we have. Name. item where item.name key. See ya, kiddo. She ditched me. It was bound to happen, you know? And really, we want to go through and find... all the places this is getting referenced. Oh, we actually want that to be protected. Okay. So it should throw some errors. This is good though. We want to go through and fix these. Ah, right. So let's just get rid of this code. It's hacky. We should be setting it ourselves. Get seems good. To do update this to pick a Moosecat based on data passed through so that different art and stuff is shown. Get where are we here? That one's oh. Wow, that was a really silly line that I had before. Breed dot breed type? That may not actually work, but we'll see. Ultimately, I'd rather it break and then I can go in and fix it than... So many places I was being a naughty fella. Room selector. I should probably switch this for water in a bit. Once we fix all these bugs, we'll load up the game, see if anything is catastrophically broken, and then I can leave it at that for now. So this is the init for the room selector GUI, and this is going through and making prefabs of... It's making prefabs of everything in the catalog. So this is technically not what it's supposed to do anyways. Alright, so we'll fix that later, because that's actually just an error in our own design. So GUI.theme? Yeah. So let's see what all exploded. Hopefully not too much. So far so good. We got a kitty cat, got our 3 rooms. Other cats came back. This does nothing right now because it was done incorrectly. Okay, this is actually a bug, seeing this cat here, so we'll need to fix that. Inventory looks good. Hey, alright, so we fixed our catalogs. We've got a good chunk of the egg work done, I believe. Oh, it's my phone. I was like, what on earth was that? Yeah, so I think we got a good chunk of progress. We need to add an egg, or do we have an egg catalog? Hold on. Well, let's see, where were we? Up here? Grab this line. Give that a save. Generate our catalog, which doesn't currently have any eggs in it, but now it does. It's got 1 alpha egg. And just for funsies, before we go, Moosecat egg data. Private Moosecat egg catalog. We'll serialize these both. And then on start, we're gonna say Moosecat egg catalog.get, and we're gonna that's just a class, right? Or is that a scriptable object? It's a class. I feel like we could also get eggs by name. Find egg where egg dot breed name equals key. And so we're gonna actually get by name, and that name is alpha egg. Debug.log. And then once we add, let's see here, JSON utility.toJSON. Once we add that, some eggs to your inventory, then we'll be able to pull with the normal system. Oh, whoops. I always forget to hook things up. So it didn't JSON it out, but it didn't error, which tells me it did find it. That was probably why. No, sure enough. We'll delete that. See if it's returning null. Okay, it is. So we're actually going to want to change this. Get by type. We're going to want to go into Moosecat egg and add a new enum. Oh, I'm having a hell of a brain fart. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Dummy equals -1, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. And then Moosecat egg dot type. Type key. Ooh, that wouldn't be good. Private new type. Don't need that to actually have any stuff. Right. Oh. Okay. Go down to our egg. Is this serialized? So we may be throwing off the inspector. So maybe we will remove type. Okay, so what I'm gonna do probably tomorrow is I'm gonna separate out type from item item will feature the name and the art, and then the actual physical type will be in the classes that derive from item, I believe. Something like that. Obviously, the new value is not working here because it's just showing this stuff. So I'll just do this for now. Nani? Whoops. Zigged when I should have zagged. I definitely should stop very soon here. What are you complaining about? Oh. Now we should see it up here. Come on, show it. There it is. And there it be, alpha egg. Okay, so we've got, once again, some more things to handle tomorrow. I'm gonna get coffee nice and early, and maybe we'll marathon it. Just have a really nice, big, productive day. I think that'll be good. But I like where we stand. So now we have the egg catalog. And when we go to do the incubator, this, we can just, I'll show you real quick. So let me close a few windows here till we get to it. Oh, we don't have it open anymore. Let me close my browser. I think it's blinding me. So it'll be for each egg datum in the egg data. It'll check whether or not the egg is currently gestating or incubating. If it is incubating, then it'll update its progress. It'll tell the egg as much, or at least, well, maybe we won't even need to fire an event for that. I don't know. But once the egg has reached its apex of progress, then it will set itself to hatchable and fire off an event so that the progress token system can tell the player that there is an egg ready to hatch. So that's what we'll do there. That's just all that this will become. So I'm probably going to go through and make a quick similar to abstract. Basically, it's going to have an on in progress or on in progress update probably, and then on progress complete, and then yeah, you'll just hook up the stuff and you'll be off to the races. So I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Kind of tired. Gonna probably play a game, enjoy myself, get ready for another busy day of making cats vanish and come back. If you watched here, thanks for watching here. We got through a little bit of stuff. And if you watched on the YouTubes, thanks for watching there. And yeah, I hope you have a nice day.